Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I finally got this dang thing. Um, so this has been out for a couple of months. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Day Collection game, multiple games for the Nintendo Switch. Um, this has basically all the classic Game Boy Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, from the Game Boy to the Game Boy Color to the Game Boy Advance. Um, it has every game that have been ever made for Yu-Gi-Oh! For the Game Boy consoles, any of them. Including, and this is the selling point of this, not only games that came out in North America, but I believe five or four games that never were released in North America. They were released only in Japan, but they will be in this game. It will be in this convoluted game. So if you have the old Game Boy games of all the Yu-Gi-Oh games, I think 4 or 5 of the games that are in this Nintendo Switch, you don't have, unless you imported them from Japan, which I doubt most people did back in the 90s early 2000s, because we didn't get Yu-Gi-Oh until 2001 here up in the United States. So yeah, this is the game. This is early day collection. I got it. It was a couple bucks off at Walmart for brand new, so we got a little deal on it. So I'm supposed to get one of the Harpies Feather Duster card, one of the two designs here. They have the traditional Duelist Kingdom look right here that Mai used, and then they got the newer design one right here. I hope I get the Duelist Kingdom version because I actually prefer this one. But it's random. It's basically random. So I have no idea what card design I got here. Like I said, it's completely random. I'm going to be so mad if I don't get the Duelist Kingdom Feather Duster card. I'm not going to be that mad, but I am going to be mad because I'd rather get that one. That's the one I would rather have. And you can I can feel it in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can feel it. I can feel it, ladies and gentlemen. I can feel that My Valentine Feather Duster design in there, you know what I mean? So this is it right here, guys. Let's open this baby up. I am dying really to play the new games because, like I said, they were never released in the United States, so, and even play some of the classic games maybe again, too. You know, big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! I really hope in the future, I hope if this did sell well, I really hope in the future, if this does sell well, that we can see more stuff like this in the future happen. Not even just necessarily for Yu-Gi-Oh, really for anything. But I really would like them to like do this for like some of the later games after the Game Boy generation. You know, some of the other Yu-Gi-Oh games, if Konami could like put out some of that stuff for like the consoles. I know we have some of the newer games that have been put on the PlayStations, you know, Nintendo's, like some of the newer games they've come out in the past decade or so. But like some of those games that were coming out like on some of the earlier consoles, or even you know, even after the Game Boy, some of the DS games would be cool. Even obviously the you know, the GX game would be cool to I have the original one on my Game Boy, the original GX game. But it would be kind of cool because obviously there are games, you know, that were never released in North America after the Game Boy Advance, you know, games. You know, there were more games that were never released. So I kind of wish that they would have another, combine old games into one game Nintendo Switch thing here. That would be really cool if they could do that for the future. And I would like to see that for other games too. I'd like to see that for Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if it's going to happen for Dragon Ball Z. It's probably a long shot, but I'd love to see Bandai like re-release some of the older, like the Legacy of Goku stuff or Boo's Fury. I don't know if that will be possible, because obviously Bandai, I think, has the game rights to. I don't know if they have the rights to those games because those games were like created by Atari, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if Atari necessarily created those games. Scratch it. They were the publishing company though for those games. I don't know if they necessarily actually created those games. Don't quote me on that. But they were involved on that, obviously. So I don't know if Bandai would be able to re-release those games. But I would love to see those games be re-released. Like, in some type of thing like this with the Nintendo Switch did here, or with Konami did here with Nintendo Switch, where they just released all the games into one game on the Nintendo Switch. So here we go. And open it up. Please let it be the Duelist Kingdom Feather Duster over here. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is it? Oh, it's of course. It's the they gave me the crap design. Of course they did. Because of course they did. I was kind of hoping that it would be the I know, I'm so upset. I was really hoping that it was going to be the My Valentine version. I really wish you could have got to pick that. It's random. There's nothing you can do about that. That sucks. They screwed me, ladies and gentlemen. They screwed me out of this. I wanted the My Valentine design. The one on the one in the Duelist King, the original design there. Nothing really much left. This is the game. I might live stream some of this stuff, because I'm very intrigued by what they're gonna do here. Like I said, I would like to play some of the newer game or the games that weren't released in North America, and even some of the games that I didn't play, because there are actually some games on here that I didn't play as a kid that were released in North America, I think. I know. I don't remember the names. I can't remember. Gonna just see if they're on here. Hold on a second. Let's see. 'Cause I don't remember the names of them that I played when I was a kid, but it's been so long ago. Pull out the old Game Boy Advance over here. Yes, my Game Boy Advance actually does not work anymore. I have to use my SD now, I think. I don't think it works now. It finally gave out on me. Well, this one doesn't even have batteries on it. Oh, but yes. Yes, before anyone takes glimpse of it, yes. I do have an original Pokemon Emerald, and no, it is not fucking for sale. That is an original. I was a kid when we bought that. When my mom bought that for me. All right, let's see. Okay, so this, and Wind Waker, yep. Which was basically just this. Just this was like more like these kind of were basically the same game, essentially. Like, they weren't, but they were, because, like, it was the same format, essentially. The only difference was that this game, you got to travel into the, what's it called? Battle City, where this one, you didn't travel at all. You just kind of just dueled people until you got to the next level of board. And I think these games aren't in this one, right? Because these were Game Boy Advance games, so they have to be in here. They said there were Game Boy Advance games in here, so yeah. What was it? World One. Oh, it's so. I think, yeah, Worldwide Edition. It's all faded though. Yeah, I don't think I'll replay those games. I don't think Dungeons and Dice and Monsters is in here. Monster Captures. No, that's not. I wonder how much that's going for. Oh yeah, this is definitely not in here because this is just all the regular Duelist Kingdom Yu-Gi-Oh, Duel Monsters Yu-Gi-Oh, but Yu-Gi-Oh GX right here. This is my shit right here. This game was way better than those two games. The only thing I hated about this game, is you could only be an Obelisk Blue for like fucking 3 days. Because they had it where it was set where if you didn't do a certain criteria, you automatically got dropped down from the Obelisk Blue, which was just so fucking damn stupid. I don't think I have Dungeon Dice Monsters, but I don't. Oh, it is in here. Okay. Dungeon Dice Monsters was a long ass game, by the way. That took a long time. It takes a long time to win that game. You can't even really win it. It's like in a forever loop. Yeah, that was a problem with a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh games too. A lot of the earlier Yu-Gi-Oh games, not all of them, but a lot of the earlier Yu-Gi-Oh games, there was such a loop on a lot of them. Like and I don't think that's on here, but the PlayStation 1 game for Yu-Gi-Oh! That is like in a forever loop. It's got a really good storyline. I forget what it was called. Like, see, I'm forgetting like all the names of these games for Yu-Gi-Oh because different things. But the Yu-Gi-Oh game where basically, it's like takes place 5,000 years ago or whatever in Egypt, and like they basically have reincarnation versions of like everybody, not just Yugi and Kaiba. But Taya, Joey, everybody had like a reincarnation. But like it took forever to win the duels, and like they had like random cards fused together that sometimes they actually shouldn't have fused together, but you had to like figure it out and had to think like, do these cards actually fuse together? And then, like, if you wanted to buy certain cards, to improve your deck, you would have to like have a certain amount of like money crusts or whatever to get it. It would take forever. You have to win like so many duels, and like it was like a forever loop. Like you could never like win that game. You could never win that game. That is one of the biggest flaws I'll say about the Yu-Gi-Oh. A lot of these Yu-Gi-Oh games, not all of them, but a lot of them. Is that a lot of the earlier Yu-Gi-Oh games, at least, is that there was like forever loops in these games where it was like it was so incredibly hard to finish them because there was no way really to finish them without getting certain amount of cards so you can beat these guys, so you can move on. Even in the role-playing GX game that I got for the PlayStation 2, I don't remember what it's called. It's essentially a role playing game, but that GX one, which the PlayStation 2 version is basically a combined version of the PSP version. Like the PSP version had 3 different parts of the GX role playing game. For the PlayStation 2 version, they basically combined all 3 parts of the game into one, which I do have that game, but I never finished it because the game just takes too long to complete because you have to win hundreds of duels, and I mean by beating the same people over and over again until you get to a certain point where you can finally move on, because then you have enough points to move on. Again, that was Yu-Gi-Oh 101 with the Yu-Gi-Oh. So hopefully some of these other games aren't like that. I don't know. But, I mean, that was kind of my always thing with a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh games. The earlier Yu-Gi-Oh games, at least. But some of these games I haven't played. So that's the one good thing. Is some of these games I haven't even played yet. So, because I didn't get to play a lot of these games. And again, some of these games were, featured only in Japan. And they were never released in North America. And not translated, not anything. Well, in this game, any of those Japanese games that were only released in Japan, guess what? They have been translated into English for this Nintendo Switch combined game thing. Oh, by the way, I do have this too. This is just Dragon Ball Z, but this was back when they had the Dragon Ball Z trading card game, the original, not the one that they have now. That one's a completely different game compared to this one. This right here, this version of the Dragon Ball Z card game is way better than the ones that they use today. Just gonna say that right now. The ones they use today, fuck that shit. No, this is the Dragon Ball Z trading card game they should bring back. Like, they should unban this trading card game, and this is the ones they should be doing. That's the one I want to play, because that one is way better than the ones that they use today. Yeah. So I did not get the Harpies feather duster that I wanted. I'm not happy about that. That's the one thing I'm not happy about. I'm not happy I didn't get the damn feather duster. It's all random, but still, man, I wanted the goddamn freaking I wanted that designed one right there. They upset me with that. Now I was like, I opened that up. I'm like, oh, did I get it? I'm like, no, I didn't get it. Damn it. But yeah, so I'm very intrigued to play some of these games, because there's some of these Yu-Gi-Oh games I haven't played yet, and they go by the old rules. I don't know if they go by Duelist Kingdom rules or if they go by the real-life card game rules in some of these games. I know some of them they do go by the real-life card game, but I don't know if the earlier games do that, that weren't released in North America. Because I know some of these, maybe some of these, because I know there was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero that never got dubbed. I know there's a fan dub out there, which I have seen some of it for. I don't know if they ever finished it, but I don't know if that is incorporated in some of these or not, or how this works. But I guess I'll find out. That's for sure. One thing I will do. I thought there were also going to be more games than this, because I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, there's 16. I thought there was more than that, actually. I don't know, maybe I read it wrong. It was a while back when I did video on it, but maybe there was only 16. But yeah, 16 Game Boy games. I think 4 or 5 of them were Japanese exclusives that are now going to be, that are made in North America with English language. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good deal. I hope more companies will do this. You know, obviously you can't really do this digitally. You'd have to get agreements through the publishing companies to do this. Nintendo has it easy with their stuff, but I am hoping that we get to see this in the future for other titles, for other franchises like Yu-Gi-Oh, or maybe later Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, Dragon Ball Z. I'd love to, like I said, I'd love to see a re-release of the Legacy of Goku trilogy. And maybe even some of the Game Boy games that were released in Japan exclusively being released in North America for the first time, like they did here with Yu-Gi-Oh! With also having the Legacy of Goku games coming out in Boost Furies, and I think the GT one as well. That would be cool if we could do that and have some of the other games with it. That would be really cool if Bandai could somehow pull that off. I don't know if Bandai necessarily cares or wants to do that, because they're focused on like the big games right now. They got Sparking Zero out right now, so maybe they don't give a shit. But I think it would be really cool. I think a lot of people would pay for that. to have some of the classic games all into one Nintendo Switch game. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, this is it. I will definitely be playing this. Let me know what you guys think I should play first. Obviously, I would like to play a game that I haven't played yet on here. But nonetheless, let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. Thanks for my videos. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for this content. Thank you. And as always, guys, I am the Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace!